Blessing the speech.
Venerable, we also had a request for Manjushri or Green Tara.
Oh, really? Okay. I see. Okay. Okay. All right. Maybe next time. We'll do that next time. Okay. Blessing the speech is getting us ready for Manjushri because literally it means gentle voice. And by doing Manjushri, we completely bless our speech. There's no question about that. So we'll do it next time. I'm happy. But this time we'll do this one. Um, okay. Are we all ready? So I'll share the screen now. I've got my version of it up. Here we go. All right. Right on. Still getting organized. How I get the maximum benefit of the people. There we go. All right. Now I can see lots of you. That's much better. Okay. Can you all read the words? Can you see the words, people? Is it clear, Mary? The words? Mary?
Yes, it's clear. It could be a little bit bigger.
You think so? It's just going
Well,
all we're going to do is this is the mantras, as you know. So here they are here. So I'll make them a bit bigger. Okay, I'll do that. There we go. So I just want to see maximum people, and I can see them now because I've got these things small. Okay. So meanwhile, just relax, get our bodies relaxed. The body doesn't meditate, but it needs to be in a conducive position, that's for sure. Best to be upright. That's why sitting cross-legged is so excellent because you're forced to hold yourself up. Otherwise, you'd topple over, wouldn't you? Whereas if we're sitting in a chair, we get lazy and we slump into it. So we'll just go straight to sleep. So if you're sitting in a chair, don't lean against the back. Hold yourself up. The great yogis sitting in full lotus can hold themselves up. They can sit there for months. The body's very stable in the full lotus position. So do what you can. Back upright, body relaxed, upright but relaxed. The muscles relaxed, the body upright. Head slightly tilted forward, chin tucked in, eyes looking down, hands in the prayer mudra, the meditation mudra or gesture in your lap. Left underneath, right on top, thumbs touching. Years ago, I don't remember the source. One of the classes I first attended, the courses at Copan, I think, the thumbs touching. There's some kind of relationship with bodhicitta, some channels there. I don't know. I've heard something. It's a bit esoteric, so don't take it as an absolute truth. I should research it. Okay. So if you've taken an empowerment, you manifest out of emptiness as the deity, whichever one, your yidam. And if not, you just visualize Buddha above your head. Okay, sitting there, very beautiful on his lotus, golden light body, looking very beautiful. And we take this sweet little refuge prayer. There's 2 lines. Here it is here. So sweet, so simple. I take refuge in the 3 jewels. May I become a Buddha to benefit all. I take refuge in the 3 jewels. May I become a Buddha to benefit all. Kontrog, Sumla, Kyabsu Chi, Drola, Penshir, Sangye, Shog. Like that. So now just contemplate. I'll read out the words. I'll read the visualization. Okay. So we visualize on our tongue the syllable R, just Roman letters. If you don't know Sanskrit or Tibetan, just AH, standing upright. And then you imagine on your tongue, this R turns into a moon disk, like a flat white cushion. And on top of that, you see on the flat white cushion, there's a white Om standing upright. on your tongue. All this is Sanskrit, and all this is a very kind of esoteric, it's really a language, and it's like anything, if you don't know it, it's esoteric, isn't it? So it appears it's quite subtle. All these things. They all have extraordinary, remarkable meaning, but one has to learn all that, of course, you know. Then around the white Om on your tongue, on the white moon disk, you just imagine all the vowels, the Sanskrit vowels going around clockwise. White. And then you visualize counterclockwise, red, all the consonants, all the Sanskrit consonants. Just have to imagine, even though we can't even visualize them, we just have to imagine they're there on our tongue. And then around the white, the white Om in the middle on the moon disk, and then the white syllables and the vowels going clockwise, the red consonants going counterclockwise, and now clockwise around all of that, blue, the syllables of the dependent related heart mantra, Rinpoche calls it. Sometimes we'd say the mantra of dependent arising. They're blue, probably sort of darkish blue, I think. Yeah. Very busy on our tongue, all this energy. So now you imagine all the colors, the lights, the three colors, white, red, blue, go out from all the syllables to all the 10 directions. And it hooks, imagine it hooks the energy of the power of speech of all the Buddhas, bodhisattvas, yogis, holy beings, even anyone who's practicing virtue. Power of speech means, the sound that comes out our mouth, which is the manifestation of our thoughts. And the power of speech, obviously, I mean, it can be negative, but here we're talking about the power of speech of the Buddha, that every thought in the mind is wisdom, every thought in the mind is compassion. So every word that comes out the mouth can only be to do with wisdom and compassion. It can only be useful and beneficial. And indeed, because it's on the basis of practicing silence, of practicing reciting such things as pure sounds like Sanskrit, of saying positive words even, you know, and of refraining specifically from saying negative words, that's all, on the basis of all of that, one cultivates the power of speech. Finally, of course, when your mind is a Buddha, then the speech is absolutely perfect. And we need speech. This is what Buddha manifests in a body and manifests the subtler energy called speech. And that's what we need most. If you don't hear the Buddha's advice, we can't do a thing. So speech is incredibly powerful and we need it in our lives. So the power of speech, all this, the light going out from the syllables on our tongue hooks all this energy. All those have accomplished the power of speech. And it all comes back with the lights coming, dissolving back into the syllables on our tongue, making the syllables powerful, radiant, beautiful, like nectar about to sort of melt. So beautiful, energy, full of the energy of the power of speech of all the holy beings of the universe in the syllables on our tongue. How amazing. So now we do a little meditation where we're using this, but we're actually purifying body and speech as well as mind, body and mind as well as speech, which is really helpful. So now you visualize, now you imagine that light, nectar, this no light, no nectar pours down this blissful white liquid energy, the power of speech, the white one of the vowels, melts down, it fills your entire body. And what it does this time, you visualize it completely purifies your body. And we've got these big sacks of, heavy stuff lugging it around out this body of ours. Imagine all the pain has gone, all the sickness has gone, all the creaky bones. Feel it's light, effortless. But crucially, feel this white nectar is purifying all the karmic imprints in your mind of all the harm we've ever done to sentient beings with our bodies. So we can say mainly in this life, it's our speech that's the biggest problem. But look at what we do with our bodies. Look at the terrible harm beings do. And of course, look at the animal realm. We've been animals in countless lives, other beings. And in the animal realm, especially because of such fear and panic and ignorance and suffering, they do the most shocking harm to each other. They just to survive, they fight and torture and rip to pieces and kill each other and eat each other. The nightmare of this. And so we've got countless imprints of those in our mind from some of our countless past lives. So imagine all of this harm, the karmic imprints, instantly purified by this blissful white nectar filling us as we say the syllables, the vowels. Here they are on the screen. Om a I ri li o ang swaha. Om ri li o ang swaha. Om ri o ang swaha. Totally full of this white nectar. The body light, all the negative imprints gone. And even imagine that now, not possible that our body could ever harm a sentient being. Try and imagine that. Try and think that. How amazing. That whoever sees us, hears us, smells us, tastes us, touches us, can only be benefited by our presence, by our body. Can you imagine? Amazing. Full of all this potential. And of course, the potential as well to manifest when we're Buddhas or bodhisattvas and then Buddhas, to manifest our mind in countless bodies solely for the sake of sentient beings. Can you imagine all of this? How amazing. All of this potential. So now we visualize from the where are we? The red ah at our throat. Powerful red nectar pours down from these blessed syllables, fills our body completely, and this time, in fact, does purify our speech. So it purifies all the confusion we have. So often we don't know what we're saying. We don't know how to express ourselves. We feel people don't understand us. We're so frustrated by our speech. It's our inability, that as well as all our rubbish speech, even unintentional. We don't mean to lie, but so often we speculate. We say we don't even know we're not speaking the truth. This is awful. And then specifically the actual lying when we mean to say the wrong words, and all the abusive speech and all the speech we do behind backs. We love to have long conversations about our family and friends and politicians when they're not there, to people who are, bad mouthing, creating incredible suffering, incredible for oneself and, of course, for the world. Imagine all this purified as we recite these consonants. Red nectar filling us completely, and also purifying all the imprints from all the harm we've ever done. Of course, as humans, of course, animals say a few sounds, but not much. We're the clever ones with our human minds, with our clever conceptual minds. So all the harm we've ever done with our speech since beginning this time. Purified. Imagine how delightful. Full of this red nectar. Om ka ganga cha 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 janya ta 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 dana ta dana pa ba bama yada lava sha 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 haksa swaha. Om ka ganga cha 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 janya ta dana ta dana pa ba ma yada lava sha 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 haksa swaha. Om ka ganga cha 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 janya ta dana ta dana pa ba ma yada lava sha 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 haksa swaha. Imagine full of this red nectar. All the rubbish of our speech, past rubbish, past nonsense, gone, imprints gone. And speech now, just perfect, appropriate, reasonable, helpful. Even if you just say hello, your words can be of benefit to whoever hears you. We know one kind word can make such a difference. So having the power of speech, as Rinpoche says, just by saying even few words, people's emotional suffering can be subdued. We know how powerful speech is. Imagine full of this. Incredible. Not to mention the speech to be able to lead people to enlightenment. How amazing. Full of all this, our own amazing potential, this red nectar. So now, at the heart, we imagine now at the heart, the blue syllables. No, yes, what am I talking about? I'm getting confused. I got distracted. I'm sorry. The blue syllables on our tongue, the nectar, okay, pours down from them, fills our entire body, filling us completely and purifying, of course, the mind. And which part of the mind? The delusions, the ego grasping that believes in the intrinsic me, which is the source of all the problems, which gives rise to incredible attachment. To get what the eye wants. Then that gives rise to the panic attack of aversion when it doesn't, and all the other dramas. All of this suffering in the mind that is not at the core of our being. That's Buddha's found amazing, that this stuff is not intrinsic within us. It's not at the core of our being, therefore can be removed. All of this annihilated instantly by this blissful blue nectar filling us. Imagine. Om ye dhamma hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato yevedat teshan chayo niroda evam vadi mahashamana ye svaha. Om ye dhamma hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato yevedat teshan chayo niroda evam vadi mahashamana ye svaha. Om ye dhamma hetu prabhava hetun teshan tatagato yevedat teshan chayo niroda evam vadi mahashamana Yes, Vaha. So now we feel that our mind now imagine when the delusions have gone. Think about this. It's very clear. When the delusions have gone, what do you think is left? Not nothing. When the delusions have gone, there is only virtue and wisdom left. Our mind now is totally pervaded by wisdom and virtue. Can you even imagine? And the bonus of that is bliss, of course. This is why Buddha talks about the path to happiness: stop suffering and get happiness. Well, his method to stop suffering and get happiness is control the body and the speech, and finally, realize emptiness and get rid of the lot. And what's left? Virtue, wisdom, and bliss. That's the bonus. That's our natural state. So imagine, full of all this marvelous potential. How incredible. So now we imagine, now that on our tongue that the blue syllables dissolve into the red consonants. The red consonants dissolve into the white vowels. And the white vowels dissolve into the white om. And that dissolves into the moon disk. And the moon disk turns into an om, into an R. And then that turns into pink colored nectar. Can you imagine? And dissolves into your tongue. And as Rinpoche says, your tongue becomes of Vajra nature, indestructible. In other words, you can only say good things. It can't, the power of your speech is so strong, think like that. Your speech is clear, precise, confident, you know what you're saying, it can only benefit others. That's the power of speech. Vajra natured, indestructible. Because your mind, purified the body, speech, and mind. How incredible. And the speech now can only be of benefit to others. How amazing. You say exactly what is right. Your your speech is clear, wise, beneficial. How amazing. And as Rinpoche says, the moment sending beings hear your speech, their emotional and disturbing thoughts are subdued. How amazing, be so happy about that. So now, before we just do the little dedication, we've got a few more minutes, we can now we can just imagine Buddha, those of us who've got Buddha above our head, imagine Buddha dissolves through our crown, just dissolves in golden light and comes to our crown. All right, and then all of us, those of us who are seeing ourselves as deity, and those who've now got Buddha inside us, we now imagine we just dissolve into space, just kind of disappear into space. Imagine like that. And then try to now kind of imagine expanding to fill the universe. You think about your mind. Mind is not physical. Mind is not physical, okay? And when it's unencumbered by delusions, it can't not be everywhere. How can it? It's best to get our head around it. It can't not be wherever there is existence. It can't be confined by space or time or matter. How can it? It is now stuck in this body because we're deluded. So imagine your being, vast as space, clear, spacious, big as the universe, light, radiant, blissful. No thoughts, no thoughts. Just relax in that. Big as the universe, clear, bright, brilliant, and blissful. Imagine. No thoughts. And now just imagine you are again, your own self in your own body, plonked on this planet, wherever we are, space and time. And we think, these 30 little minutes, these amazing thoughts we've had, these visualizations we've done, all which is just our mind thinking in a kind of, visual way, left all these marvelous imprints. So we just make a wish, make a strong aspiration, however much of the day is left for those of you on the other side of the planet, you're halfway through the day. Those of us on this side, where it's just beginning. So make a strong decision, about our speech. Going to watch our speech like a hawk. Grab your mind before it gets to the mouth, and make a decision just to watch your speech and to at least bare minimum, at least try to refrain from lies, even speculating, harsh speech, rabbiting on about nothing, and bad mouthing behind backs. I mean, that's the predominance of our day. If you refrain from those, you'd mostly be silent. It's a very powerful practice, I tell you. It really makes us wake up when we realize. To make a decision today. I'm going to watch my speech like a hawk. It's such a powerful training. The body and speech come first. They're the grosser levels of our being. They're the servants of the mind. We sit there and want to meditate. I want to meditate. I want to meditate, which is lovely, working on your mind. But if you can't control your speech, then you've lost the plot. Then it's just no benefit. You control the servants of the mind before the mind can be controlled. And think about it, but by controlling your speech, you're also helping to control your mind. Then you can focus on the mind after that. As the lamas say, when you're with others, control your speech and your body. When you're on your own, then you can control your mind. But if we can do all three together, wow, fantastic. And that's about it, people. Sweetie pies, thank you so much. And listen, I want to read just a couple of verses of Rinpoche's of chanting the names of Manjushri because it's His Holiness requested we do that. So just you know, chanting the names. A couple of verses just to do His Holiness's wishes, keep it alive, and creating the cause for Rinpoche to come back, which is the reason to do it, the explicit reason. We'll just choose a couple of the verses, we'll just read them. And so here's the blessed one, the Buddha, awakened fully, born of the letter R. Here's the letter R, the foremost phoneme, supreme most syllable, with meaning great. We've got 3 minutes. Arising from the great vital force, unborn, beyond expression, based on words or speech, the foremost cause of every form of speech, the shining forth of every kind of language. Great feast, who takes the form of great passion, producing bliss in every sentient being. Great feast, who takes the form of great anger, great enemy of every mental poison. Great feast, who is by nature great delusion, delusion's vanquisher for deluded minds. Great feast, who is in the essence great fury, great adversary to all furiousness. Great feast, who takes the form of great desire, who vanquishes desire in all its forms. He is great carnal lust, he is great bliss, he is great happiness, he is great joy. With great appearance, bearing for form supreme, with great complexion, marked by great physique, with great renown, the great munificent one, his mandala voluminous and great. The bearer of the mighty sword of wisdom, the foremost goad for taming great afflictions, possessing great renown, his glory great, his brightness great, his lustre most supreme. Most wise upholder of the great illusion, fulfiller of the great illusion's aims, enraptured by the great illusion's rapture, the great illusion's great illusionist, the foremost lord of great munificence, supreme upholder of great discipline, intense supporter of great tolerance, with valor rooted in great diligence, samadhi resting through great meditation, endowed with bodies flowing from great wisdom, both great in strength and great in skillful means, a brimming ocean filled with vows and knowledge, by nature great in kindness, limitless, the foremost mind, enriched by great compassion, a great insight, a great intelligence, great dexterous one with methods ever great. And now we dedicate. So if you've heard about this instruction of His Holiness, this request of His Holiness, we do this, and you know it takes 30 minutes if you don't even do it very fast. Of course, we're all lazy. We think, oh, I couldn't do 30 minutes. Then read a few verses like that every day. Then you're keeping it alive. You're doing His Holiness's wishes, and it's creating the cause for Michelle to come back. Not to mention the bonus of getting some wisdom by reading these, chanting the names of Manjushri. Okay, so now where's my other text? It's gone. I've lost it. Here it is, blessing the speech. So just this sweet little dedication prayer, which I adore. May, right on the screen, may my tongue have all the courage of the ones gone to bliss, but the power manifesting from these glorified words, may all sentient beings be subdued. Whatever words I say, may all these actions be accomplished instantly. So you better say good words then, hadn't you? All right, people. Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye until next time. And I will do next time Tara or Manjushri, I promise. Thank you, sweethearts.
Thank you,
Bye for now,
Venerable.
Robina.
Thank you, Venerable.
Thank you, darling.